Right there.
He's a long ways down there.
Yeah, he's down in there a good ways. You can go down this trail and probably get to him. We'll say he's right there. Well, we're back in here where we heard that bird gobble yesterday evening. We coyote howled a couple of times already as we were walking in here. We didn't hear him gobble, but it was a little early. We're not exactly sure where he's at, but we didn't want to go too deep in him, and he'll be closer to the truck. But he could be farther back in here. Anyway, enough talking. I'm gonna coyote howl, see if we can get him to gobble. That was behind us, wasn't it? It sounded like it came out of my right ear. Just way back that way. Wow, did we pass the bird? I'm glad we didn't go all the way where I had him pinned, because he's back towards the truck. We're gonna head back that way. It may be a different gobbler. Oh, I left my partner. Oh, he's up around the corner of the... He's up just around the corner there. We can get up in this valley with him a little bit. I keep hearing a Jake also. That sounded like he was on the ground, didn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know. Kind of sounds like the same place. He's up the valley. He's up that way, right? Here's the meadow we came up. And he was roosted here. Now he sounds like he's here. They're either going to go there or come back down where we're at. I think they just probably landed there. I don't want to get in too big of a hurry. Shame on me for not doing a better job of pinpointing that gobbler yesterday, but we were trying to speed locate so we could find gobblers for the other guys. Had we been just concentrating on this one, I would have walked back in here and got a different angle on them to kind of triangulate. It's always good to do that. That way you don't have to guess at distance. I guessed he was way back there, about more than a half mile back. He's not even a quarter mile back. I mean, I can see the ridge. I think the truck's parked right up there somewhere. But he gobbled well to the coyote house. Then he wouldn't gobble to it as we got closer. It may have just been because he didn't want to gobble to a coyote anymore. And I was trying to do it real soft. I don't know if he could see us where he was roosted because there's enough tree cover up in there. It's possible, who knows. But he went back to gobbling and that hen started yelping real good. But they pitched down off to our left. And the valley kind of runs up there. And we're on a little finger that goes all the way up too. And I'm kind of torn whether to try to make a move on him or just sit tight. I mean, he hasn't gobbled again since that last gobble on the ground. I'm going to give it a few minutes and think about it. Maybe I was right after all last night when we got that bird to gobble. We were just starting to move up this hill. One gobbled in this direction we came from this morning. So we're going to go towards him. He gobbled on his own. We'll forget this bird. He is up on top where we started this morning, sounds like. Or he's around in that valley. We're going to go down here to get a bead on where he is, if he's indeed on top. Gobbled.
Oh, I heard something on the ridge.
It might be him. He's over this ridge somewhere. We need to get up on top. Trying to get up this mountain to this bird. But he's gobbling right where we were coyote howling first thing this morning. Ain't that something? Yeah, it looks like there's some clearings right up here. Right on top. We might better call him in if we guess. Instead of going directly at him, kind of go to the side here, call him up to us. Like a hen. She was in the tree. No, not like a hen. I think she was in the tree. I don't think that was a gobbler. I looked at its chest, I didn't see a beard. It looked like a hen head. That can't be the gobbler. Because the gobbler is way on the other side. There's no way he got to right here this quick. I'm not sure if she flew out of the tree or flew up here because she heard us coming. Did you get a good look at it?
I mean, I just saw it whenever it was flying off. You probably got that in front of it.
I looked at it. It looked like a hen to me. But all of a sudden he quit gobbling. But maybe he's down low, that's why. Or maybe that hen flying over his head. It looked like a hen. I didn't see a beard. Her head looked like a hen head. It was a heavy bird though. It was like, well, I hope we didn't screw this up. Last time we were right over the ridge here and the bird gobbled this way. All we did was start cutting across. And on the backside here, the hen flew up from a tree or from the ground. I don't know why she would have flown from the ground because we were still beyond those pines and we weren't making any noise. We were stepping on soft dirt. She must have been in a tree and saw us. We're going to continue on to see if we can get back on this bird. I'm pretty sure that's not the one we were after. All right, folks. Give you a little update and some thoughts. So this morning, we came in here after a bird we got to gobble yesterday. And
we got on this point where we could hear and thinking the bird was down that way. Well, nothing gobbled this morning until we got that one to gobble way back that way, 700 yards away. So we went after him. He gobbled good, flew down, had hens, gobbled once on the ground, went quiet. We were trying to ease up on him, listening for his drum, and this one fired off over here. We speculated as we got closer and got him to gobble. He was gobbling every time we called. You know, his hot bird figured we could call him in, but we got him to gobble the last time, and it sounded like he was down over this hill. Well, I brought up Onyx and saw that this logging deck was right here. I said, this would be a perfect place to call him up to. So we start scurrying up here. In the process, we bumped a turkey out of these short pines over here, down on the other side of the hill, and it flew over here. My initial thought was a hen. I didn't see a beard. The head looked like a hen, head and neck. I did have the sun in my eyes a little bit, but the bird sounded really heavy flying off, and the gobbling stopped right after that. We never heard another gobble. So was that maybe a jake and I thought it was a hen and it was gobbling? Had a real good gobble. I mean, sometimes jakes have good gobbles. Was it just a hen and the fact that we flushed it spooked the bird that we were after? He may have worked his way up to this deck, or he may have been on this deck and it just sounded like to us it was farther over. And the fact we come up here, flushed the hen and bumped him at the same time. Or was it a gobbler that just, the beard was against the breast as it flew away, you know, whatever the reason that bird quit gobbling, you know, or if that was the bird we flushed or whatever. The gobbling has ceased and we were responsible for that. We bumped the bird somehow. We screwed it up. But what Noah pointed out, and I agree with, is where this bird was gobbling, we were coyote howling right here this morning. He's directly in line with where we got that bird to gobble last night. We think that this was the bird we roosted last night. And maybe because we were in such close proximity to him this morning, coyote howling and talking, that it had him on the limb quiet. And it wasn't until we went after the other bird that he finally calmed down, maybe heard our yelping later in the morning as the sun got up, and then he started gobbling. So I agree with what he says. It makes perfect sense. It's directly in line with where we heard the gobble last night. Apparently I misjudged the distance. I thought he was farther in there, and he probably was roosted right around this finger. So we've been sitting here quietly for a while. Well, other than a little bit of soft talking and talking to you guys. But we're about to start calling again. We're going to ease down the finger a little bit. I'm going to swap to the pot call, sound like something different, and hopefully get back on this bird. Hopefully he calms down. Hopefully that wasn't him that flew away. Hopefully the fact that a hen flew away just had him nervous and he shut up. So that's what we're going to do. He gobbled. Mm-hmm. Good. So he gobbled. See if you can see it on this point here. There's a little valley here, but then the point drops off, and it's not a sharp point or anything. I think we should go down the valley on this side, stick to this side, and get around on one side of it. And we'll just take our time. I'll try not to flush any more turkeys away. We could call him up right here if he's close enough. Because it's nice and open right here. We'll let that wind die down. He'll call again. And he could be right over this hill. He's way that way. All right, good. I mean, good, not good. We're not right on top of him. We know we're on the correct side of the ridge. All right, let's get moving. He should be over that ridge, but it's possible he's down in this ravine because it looks like it's It's not steep, but he's over that next hill. All right, let's go down here and get below him. He sounds much closer though. Now what? Was he on that ridge and he saw us come over the other one? Or didn't sound like it. Sounded like he was down below. Maybe he just doesn't want to gobble anymore now that we're getting closer. We need to slip over to that next ridge and call down in that valley. We've been sitting here just chilling out for a little while, letting things quiet down. So that, you know, he's wondering where's that hen that he heard. And I'm gonna hit the pod called. Hopefully he'll gobble again. Got a little bit of a breeze right now. I'll just let it die down. It's a little gust of coming up. As soon as this one passes, I'll run the call. I can't hear anything from that freaking woodpecker. No gobble. It's got me worried that maybe he was on this ridge and not below it. I don't know, his gobble sound like he's below it. It's just turkeys sometimes, they're funny like that. And it could have been the same one. He's nervous, he gobbled because we're at a distance. We start getting closer. He's like, nope, not going to gobble anymore. We wrap around here and run this finger ridge back up. He may be down the valley working up and just a long ways from us. We get on the edge of the hill and call down into there. That's about all we can do. And that'll take us back towards where that other bird was this morning. If he ends up gobbling, we can try him again. Well, we headed back up the road a little ways and in the direction of that bird we were on first thing this morning, trying to get it to gobble again, and we don't hear anything. So we're gonna make our way back to the truck. And this will conclude my trip to the Black Hills. A little tougher than I was hoping, and basically it was weather related. We only got out two mornings, right? Yeah. In the 3 days we were here. And in the afternoons, didn't get out in the afternoons because of the weather. Hail and torrential downpours. So I think if we'd had a few nice days based on what we were seeing and hearing just in the 2 mornings we were able to get out, we probably could have got a better chance. I mean, we had opportunities. We just bungled both of them up. Well, I did. Anyway, back to the prairie, and hopefully I don't bungle that up again.
I already done it once out there on the first day. So we'll head back out there and see what I can do. I think these fellows are gonna meet me out there, so I might see their faces again. That's it for our second day of hunting here in the Black Hills.
Little half gobble. That's some good gobbles, and that was 2 of them at least. All right, let's go up this way. Yeah, these are watching us right now. I was worried that might be might be an issue. Where do you think? I think they're right here. I don't think they're across. I think they're in these biggest trees right here.
Yes.
They sound, the first gobble sounded like a half gobble. Yeah, I know. I mean, but then those other ones sound like nice full gobbles. But remember, I told you those jakes I caught in down here the other day or whatever. They were pretty big, like big body, and the beards weren't long. 4 or 5, maybe 6 inches at best. They may have a nice full gobble. Those are the original High Plains drifters. That full moon tonight, though, will help us tomorrow morning. Getting there where we can see without any lights.